Yeah, so the Innovid's platform, really started from this place 15 years ago about better television, better consumer experience of the ad experience, and then by definition, how do we better understand actually what's happening? So, and that's a shorthand for measurement. So measurement has been a vision and passion for the company for a couple of years now. I joined about 3 years ago, and the intent was always to say, how can we help provide better intelligence back to the brands and the agency partners that we serve about how did the creative behave, what happened, where did it go, and how can we learn from how people reacted to it. So TV Squared was in many ways a natural partner for us, and we wanted it to be part of our tech stack because there's a lot of similar DNA, right? They're a technology platform first and foremost. And we believe in this day and age that technology-forward measurement solution needs to be able to operate at scale, needs to have lots of ways to sort of pull in data and signals, and the speed to then generate insights and analytics to say, okay, what happened? For Innovid, we're sitting on, we serve, billions of ads a day into, any digital environment. We've had a huge amount of growth around connected television, and the importance of what we see in the marketplace, particularly when we're talking about convergent television, is how do we harness all of the scale of connected TV, because that's where viewership is migrating towards, bring it into a single platform that allows us to understand the interplay between linear and connected television, but also, going from upper funnel reach and frequency metrics into behavioral metrics, and bringing all that together. What we continue to hear from the partners that we work with is, I need a shorter distance between my counting metrics and the campaign objectives, whether it's an outcome of some sort. And so for us, having all that natively in one platform, using the breadth and scale of Innovid's data, was very much a natural fit.
So I was going to ask you about the state of CTV measurement and what's working and what's not, but now I sort of want to ask you about the state of converged measurement, sort of across all forms of video. So let's talk about that. Can we talk about the state of converged TV measurement?
Yeah, so the converged, first of all, let's define it. The way that we define it is it's all video, all television, which, television has changed, it's morphed a lot, but you're watching television when you're watching connected TV. So first and foremost, what we're talking about is bringing together linear, traditional television viewing, and streaming as the sort of the two big pillars. And I think it's fair to say, the state of that is, can we do it? Can we bring these together? What does it look like to have an only both kind of analysis? And then there's so much conversation in the market right now about what should we be measuring? What are the optimal KPIs? And so first we've got to count it all. And we believe that you shouldn't have to pixel to get a good count of what's happening in the digital ecosystem. And so having a delivery engine that allows us to see that at scale helps inform the only both part of the equation. But then there's a big desire to understand, how does CTV work? Is it providing incrementality? Is it a place where then I can create a different message and an experience with the consumer? So I would say the state of converged TV is first, let's get the counting together, and we're doing that today, and we believe that we're doing that with a fidelity on the connected TV side that is different than what is in market because of the technology approach that we're taking. But then I think the state of converged TV is, how do marketers want to use this? We talk about the way that the media is bought is different. You've got programmatic and addressable and linear, whatever. So there's a lot of, what happens at the buying phase that is kind of going through some gyrations right now. We're just trying to catch the ball and say, well, we deliver into those environments, we can count and measure them all and focus on some of those basics. And then there's the fun stuff that we like to get into around, optimizing and connected TV and making those kind of executions happen.
And how important is creative? And actually repeat it back before you answer.
So creative is, I think, at the end of the day, it's so fundamental to, again, we sit on the buy side. We're talking to marketers and agencies all day long, and there's a huge investment, not only in where they place their media, that's obviously important, but the amount of dollars that are going into creating the asset that is then the vehicle for them to communicate with the consumer. And it's not a one-size-fits-all job anymore. It used to be that we'd have a 30-second spot or a 60 or whatever, and then you could just sort of put that in a bunch of other places. The really progressive marketers are saying, you know what, we might be able to take elements of that, but then, you know, decompose them, reassemble them for a different environment. You know, that helps them really extend that. But then there are all these other things that you can do, right? So once you've exposed, you know, a consumer, a household, a certain number of times, really where marketers want to go is, what's the next best thing I can share with them? You know, could I get them to feel differently? Can I say something differently that helps them move on the consumer journey? So I think, you know, creative is really just the conduit for really helping the marketing community, you know, understand the consumer journey, help facilitate it, and then our job is, you know, continue to count it along the way so we actually know what's happening.